Hi everyone. What's the worst that can happen? It was a phrase one of my old colleagues and friends, actual finance director of a recruitment company, always used to say. Now, I'm not sure he was talking about that in a purely professional sense, but it does apply, and it especially applies to marketing. In recruitment, we tend to do the same things over and over again. We see a competitor doing something, and we continue doing that, and we don't think about how to evolve our own activity. Now, we're in November, which is kind of a time of the year when you can reflect on the previous year and certainly look forward to the next year in terms of what you're going to do. Now, I urge every recruitment business, every marketing function within that recruitment business to maybe not think of revolutionizing what they're doing in terms of attracting candidates or engaging with clients, but just evolve stuff, evolve something 1, 2, 3%, because that will have a huge impact. Now, what could that look like? It may be a case that you've been writing brilliant content over the last 12 months, just written content. Why don't you take that to the next level? Why don't you start getting the people who are writing this content, whether it's consultants, whether it's your clients and candidates who are contributing, get them in front of video. Just take that content to the next level. It'll open up to a wider audience, and who knows, it might have more engagement. Like I said, what's the worst that can happen? Same with events. If you're doing webinars a lot more, why don't you take those to real life events? Get people in meeting rooms. If you've just had networking events where it's been purely meet and greets and maybe a speaker type thing, why don't you evolve that to proper round tables where you can gain real insight and then move that on to maybe creating a white paper or something like that? I think evolution is so much more important than revolution, especially in recruitment, because there's far too many firms who simply haven't got the basics right first. So there's no point in kind of putting the roof on the house, sorry, before you've got the foundations. And that's the same with marketing. There's a brilliant recruitment business out there doing brilliant marketing, but there's so many. I just think is why don't you just try this? There is nothing you can lose, in my opinion. If you've planned it properly, if you know why you're doing it, a lot of stuff in marketing it isn't overly expensive either. Sure, you might want to engage with a technology partner or something to help deliver the content, but the actual content you're delivering it, the way you're delivering it, that's just a shift in mindset and a, an element of just bursting out of the recruitment bubble that so many businesses live in. So, take these few weeks in the lead up to Christmas. Just think how you can evolve your marketing from point A to point B, from a 7 to an 8 and things like that. What's those incremental shifts that you could have? And just remember, what is the worst that can happen? Um, that's it for this week. Another quite short one, but again, just please think about it. Think how you can put what I've said into action. Let me know if you've got anything you want to run past me. I've had some great conversations over the past week off the back of the last video in gamification. So it's great to see people are engaging with these videos. And I'll speak to you next week when I'm back from Disneyland. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Bye.